Hi, I'm Becca Gorgeous. I'm doing Tompkins Strategy number 50 Word Wall. I have Aaron and AJ acting as my second graders, and I modified Word Wall a little bit to, instead of do it with letters or chunks, we're going to do it with silent letters. So last week, do you guys remember what we talked about when silent letters happen? What does that mean?
One letter doesn't make a sound.
Okay, how many letters are there
2.
when one of them doesn't make a sound? Okay, can you tell me the one of the letter combinations that we went over?
W-R.
Good. Which letter do you not sound out? Which letter is silent?
The W.
Okay. And then which letter do you say?
R.
What sound does this letter combination make?
R.
Good. Okay. What is, AJ, can you tell me another one of ours?
K-N.
K. Which letter is silent in KN?
The K.
And which letter do we say?
The N.
And how do you pronounce this letter combination?
N.
Good. Aaron, can you give me another one that we went over?
G-N.
And which letter is silent, the G or the N?
The G.
And which letter do we pronounce?
N.
Good. And can you tell me what this one says?
N.
Do you notice the connection there, that they both go but it depends on the letter before that? Okay. AJ, can you give me the last letter combination that we did?
It's M-B.
And which letter is silent?
The B. No, yeah.
Good, you're
Yeah,
right.
the B.
Good. It kind of threw you off. It was
I
backwards.
was
wasn't
going
it?
to say
And which letter do we say?
the M.
Good. And what does this letter combination say?
Mm.
Okay, so on your papers, I want you to make a T-chart. And then WR in the upper left-hand corner. KN in the upper right-hand corner. GN in the bottom left. And then MB in the bottom right. Okay, and can I have you guys go back to back with your chairs? We'll try to.
I use this
Yeah,
book.
you guys can use this right. Okay, in each section, I want you to come up with 3 words. So you need 3 for WR, 3 for KN, 3 for MG, and 3 for MB. Go ahead and try and do it on your own. If you need help, you can look through the books and try and see if you recognize words in there. Normally I would do as they're writing those, I would have books that are AR books or just books that we would have in the classroom or the library that the students would notice had silent letters in them, because maybe they can't think of words off the top of their head, but they can come up, they might be able to recognize them in the books. So feel free to use those if you can't come up with anything. And we're going to give them a little bit of time to figure out some words. Yes, AJ.
Miss Becca, can I use the books?
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Oh, and as they're writing this, I'm using a whiteboard right now because that's what we have access to, but I would typically use a smartboard. That way I can save the file for all the word walls, and then we would actually print it out and make pictures and stuff to go along with our words so that it's not just the words and the kids don't have any idea what that means. Erin, are you all finished?
Yes.
Okay. AJ, are you all finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead and face each other and go over your words and star anything that you had the same word in that box.
The first word I had was wrong,
Okay.
right, and wrist.
We all had different, or we had different words. I had wrap, wreck, and wrinkle.
Those are good words.
In the KN one, I had no, new, and knife.
For KN, I had knit, kneecap, and need. Like you need bread.
Oh, okay. In the GN one, I had gnat, gnome, and sign.
I had gnat, gnome, and gnarl.
Okay, so since you guys had the same, put a star next to gnat and gnome.
Thought I was gonna do all ones. Gnome.
And in the MB, I had womb, lamb, and comb.
I had bomb, thumb, and crumb.
So you guys only had two that were the same?
What?
So you guys only had two that were similar?
Yep, just two.
Okay, what were those two? And which section do they go in?
GN.
Okay.
And, gnat,
Spell gnat for me.
GNAT.
Good. And on your paper, I want you to cross out which letter is silent and which letter you say. So what letter are we going to cross out?
The G.
Good. And underline, which letter we're going to say.
The N.
Good. Well, I guess you could underline the rest of the word because that's everything that we're going to say. AJ, give me one that's say KN.
Kneecap.
Okay. Spell kneecap for me.
K N E E C A P.
And which letter are we going to cross out that's silent?
The K.
Okay. And then what are we going to underline?
The NEECAP.
Erin, can you give me a WR?
Wrong.
Spell wrong for me.
WRONG.
Good. And which letter are we going to cross out that's silent?
W.
And then what are we underlining?
Wrong. RONG.
Good. And then, AJ, can you give me an MB?
Thumb.
Spell thumb.
THUMB.
Good. And which letter are we crossing out?
The B.
And which letters are we underlining?
THUM.
Okay. Give me... Erin, give me one of AJ's KN words.
Knit.
Spell knit.
KNIT.
Okay. And what letter is silent that we're going to cross out?
K.
Okay.
And we're gonna say
And what
N-
letters are we underlining?
NIT.
AJ, give me one of Erin's GN words.
Gnome.
Okay. Spell gnome.
GNOME.
And what letter is silent that we're going to cross out?
The G.
And what letters are we underlining?
NOME.
Aaron, will you give me one of your MB words?
MB. Lamb.
Spell lamb.
LAMB.
Okay. And what letter are we crossing out that silent?
B.
Good. And what letters are we underlining?
LAM.
And then AJ, give me one for WR.
Rec.
Spell rec.
WRECK.
What letter is silent that we're going to cross out?
The W.
And what letters are we underlining?
RECK.
Now, what I would do is I would save this on the smartboard, and then I would have the kids go over definitions of what the words are. So AJ, could you tell me what wronged means?
It means not correct. The incorrect answer.
Aaron, what's the definition of thumb? Or can you tell me what a thumb is?
It's one of your fingers.
I would go through the definitions so that the students know the words and the definitions. Just because you can spell it doesn't mean that you could use the word correctly. So we would go over definitions, and then we would also have pictures that we would do that they could cut out or draw to incorporate art, and like find ways to do wrong. You could do a circle with a slash through it because that's what you normally see. We could say a wreck is a car wreck, and just have them draw them out, and we would place them up on the board.